So I wanted to discuss just getting older and growing out of some of the groups and things that I've been going to for several years now. So I started going to an LGBT group when I was 15, um, and like right as soon as I was coming out, like that it was a few days after the first time I went to that group that I told my parents about me. Um, and I used that group as like a catalyst to tell them. I got them to take me there, and then they brought up the subject. Um, but I turned 19 in a little less than a month, and the cutoff age for the group is 19. Um, so I have, I think, two more groups that I'm allowed to attend before my birthday, and then I can't go back. And I went to that group religiously for over 2 years. It was last August, so a year ago, I guess, that I started only going, um, whenever I could. So every few weeks, it's an every 2 week group, and I would go, um, every couple months or so, I'd pop in and go to a group. I've gone to the past three or four, and I'm going to go to the last two that I'm allowed to attend, and then I'm done. But I went to that group every 2 weeks for um, a little over 2 years, and then I've been continuing to go. So I've been going for over 3 years now, and um, yeah, it's a safe space for me. That was the first safe space I've ever had in my life, where I felt completely comfortable and just I made friends. I was able to talk to people. I was able to express myself, and I had never had that in my life. And just thinking now that um, in a little less than a month that space is no longer available to me, I'm not necessarily sad. I'm not upset because I don't use that space for the same reasons that I did when I first started going. Um, I'm going now to these last few simply because I know that after this I can't again. I'm going to see the familiar faces that I won't necessarily get to see anymore. Um, and it's more of a nostalgic thing, even at this point, knowing that I can still go there a couple more times. I go in, and that room is so familiar to me, and it's just interesting thinking about where I was the first time I walked into that room, and where I remember that day perfectly. I remember a lot of that because that group, that space was pretty much my lifeline for a while. That was the only thing that I had to look forward to for a very long time. Um, that was what kept me going. Was I knew that every 2 weeks I would get to go to that room, and I'd get to be myself, and I would get to um, just take in that atmosphere and feel safe. Um, and I go there now, and I just feel so grateful that I had that space. And now I'm going, and it's been over 3 years, almost 4 years, since I started going, and just I just feel so happy because I know that there were a lot of times that I didn't feel happy, and that place was the only place that made me feel any sort of happiness. Um, and I just wanted to kind of get these feelings out for myself. I want this recorded so that I remember this because I am in such a good place in my life right now. And when I was 15 and I walked into that room for the first time, and I wasn't even out to my parents yet, I was so scared, and I was so um, just still researching all this stuff in secret in my bedroom. And, you know, even for like over a year after that, just still researching testosterone and top surgery, and just not knowing that my parents weren't necessarily on board with it yet, and with the medical aspect of my transition yet, and knowing now I'm walking into that room, over a year and a half on T, and over a month post-op top surgery, and just feeling so good. Just thinking back, like I have all of those memories in my head, and they feel like they just happened yesterday, and just like they're so vivid. And just walking in there now, I feel like I can just see myself at all of those different times, because that was such a roller coaster from age 15 to 17, was a huge roller coaster in my life. And just I'm almost 19, and I am in such a better place, and I can sit there and I can just smile knowing that my 15-year-old self sat in that room, and in the same spot, and just it just feels incredible to me how far I've come in these past few years. And just this feels like, I know I'll be sad when I know I can't go back there anymore. But at this point in my life, it feels so right to be moving on. And this feels like a very big part of my life, because this was my teenage experience. High school didn't really matter to me. I didn't go to grad. I didn't go to prom. I didn't get a yearbook. Like, it didn't and none of that mattered to me. This space was what I think about when I think about my teenage years. I'm still a teenager, but like that section of my life where normally people would think of high school, I think of this group. And I just feel like I feel like I'm graduating, and it's just a very good feeling. Um, I'm just I'm scared for the future because I still have no idea what I'm doing with my life, but this just feels like a milestone to me, a very important one, um, that I'm moving on from this, and I'm going to different places. Um, So I just wanted to record that more for myself, but I'm sure that somebody out there can connect with this sort of feeling. Um, so thank you for watching. If you have any video topics, I'd love to hear them, because I really want to make videos. I'm not very creative at the moment with what I want to talk about. So yeah, I don't want all of my videos to just be physical updates and stuff about T and top surgery. So let me know what you want to hear me talk about. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, questions, like I said, video topics, leave them down below or message me. Subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks for watching. See ya.